Hello, today we're in SimRig for a drive and talk for the PICO 4 VR headset. I've had this headset now for a couple of weeks, and for the past week I've been running it a lot with PC VR gaming, mainly racing games, but other PC VR gaming as well. Now, I'm sure you already know, but just in case you don't, this is a headset that you can install actual standalone games to as well, so you can play PC VR gaming or standalone games. Today we're just looking at it for the sim racing side of things. So of course the setup for PC sim racing would be the same for any PC VR gaming setup. So you have an option for wired to your PC using a USB 3 cable like that. It doesn't include the USB cable. You need to get your own, just so you know that, guys. Obviously there's plenty out there you can buy. I've put videos out there on cables for headsets as well, so you know, there's stuff out there on my channel about that. You can also run it wirelessly over your network, where it will stream the PC game. You know, the PC will do all the work, and we'll just stream it over your wireless network. Now, for PC VR gaming in general, that is actually pretty effective, and I've been doing a bunch of tests with that as well. But when I tried it with racing games, it really isn't up to snuff because the movement is too fast. So yeah, for PC racing games, you're going to be plugging it directly into your PC, but considering your PC is going to be next to where your sim rig is, or roundabout, then surely you're going to be running it over a cable. So that's the way forward for that, guys, and that's obvious. The setup of this headset for PC gaming was super easy. You download their client software, which is a very lightweight program. I think it's called PICO Streamer or something like that, and that provides basically the interface for between the headsets and your PC, and that will be used for either wired gaming or the wireless side of things. So just one software, and you just pick like from a menu option what you're planning to set your session up, of whether or not it's wired or wireless, and you just follow the on-screen prompts. And then on the headset, there's an app for actually just connecting up to your PC, and it's very simple. It takes just a few seconds. So yeah, very neat, low friction, which is good to see. Had absolutely no dropouts with this headset. It's been perfectly stable, and it feels like a good PC VR gaming headset to me. When you open the streaming software, on the main screen you'll see like some sliders, and you can change it from 72. It'll be set at 72 hertz. Ideally you want to run it at 90 hertz. That means 90 frames per second rather than 72 frames per second, because it'll just cap the frame rate. And for VR, ideally, you know, 90 frames per second is the sweet spot. Though I did some tests at 72 hertz, and I'd say it wasn't too bad. I ran a long session, and I'd say it was usable, though you can certainly tell it's not as smooth. But I didn't suffer any motion sickness, so potentially if your PC, you know, isn't powerful enough to run it at 90 hertz, then I think 72 isn't a bad option, because it means your PC isn't going to work as hard to render those frames. And yeah, you know, it still worked, and I'd say it was, you know, reasonably drivable. You know, I didn't think it was too bad whatsoever. But yeah, you can tell a difference, and preferably you want to run it at 90 if absolutely at all possible. You also want to do something else which is hidden away, and that's on the menu there's a little cog. I'll highlight it. I'll bring up a little picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Under the cog there's some extra settings, which something I didn't notice when I first started using this headset, and you may sort of like, you know, want to get up and running quickly, and you know, just, you know, forget about all these little settings hidden away, and if you do, then you're going to miss out on something which is kind of important. Now, under the settings there's a slider for the bit rate. Now, the default is set at 100 megabits per second, which is perfectly adequate for PC VR gaming, room scale gaming, where the motion isn't particularly quick, and it's just, you know, just walking around in VR and doing whatever. But when we're looking at the VR sim racing games, 100 megabits per second, the almost lost of them. I can definitely tell the image is not quite perfect. It looks like there's a little bit of artifacting when you look into the distance. Close up, everything looks fine, but as when I was looking like at the trees and the distance horizon, I have to say, yeah, it looked a little bit kind of compressed. The way I would describe it was if you were to overcompress like a JPEG image, and you can see the artifacts there, you can see it's not quite as sharp and clean, and that's what it's like at 100 megabits per second. Now, the megabits per second is the compression of the video which is being piped through to your headset. It's nothing to do with the resolution of the game, it's just basically the data that's being pushed down the USB cable. Now, I think for most people, I'd imagine that 150 would probably be fine. So move that slider to 150 megabits per second. Now, if you're going to run wirelessly and run other PC VR gaming, then you will need to look at 100 or below, because your wireless network will struggle a bit unless you have like some sort of super duper network, but that's all relative to you know, your wireless networking, you know, capability. Really, everyone's hardware is different, so you're gonna have to kind of work that one out for yourself. But that's kind of my top tip here, guys. 150 megabits per second for wired gaming, and the picture looks really, really sharp. Now, the picture quality is good. The screen door on this on these panels is very faint. You have to look hard for it when you're just kind of playing a game and just getting on with it and fully immersed in it. You're not going to notice anything. It looks good. It's not like first generation VR headsets where that screen door grid was very clear and in front of you, and you know, was to some degree a little bit distracting. But these days, screen door is not really an issue of merit. So yeah, picture looks really nice. Field of view is great. Colours, contrast, the sweet spot, and being able to see to the edge of the panels, the edge of the lenses is very good as well. So having no problems there. It's a nice, clear, good image. You know, I have to say it's comfortable on my eyes. You know, so yeah, it's working really, really well for me. So I'm really happy with the quality of the image being streamed through. And the other thing that's been great as well is I've had just no issues with it. It's been so easy to set up, no dropouts, no disconnections. Setting up with my PC is super easy. I have to say it's been, you know, it's very low friction. They've done a good job at making sure that it's equally good as a standalone headset and also a PC VR gaming headset. So it works with your Steam VR games. That's what's going to launch when you connect your headset. When it connects up and you actually activate it on the headset, it automatically loads Steam VR and you go straight into the Steam VR console with all the sort of games, you know, the menus for launching your games from there. So yeah, very simple, easy to set up, no hassle whatsoever. It's been an absolute joy. The other thing I really like about this headset, which I'm going to restart the race quickly, but I don't think we're going to spend too much time longer in this one, is the comfort of this headset is really nice. It's good weight balance, very comfortable, nice facial interface. It's a kind of woven material. It's not just a bare foam, which I really hate. You know, so it's a nice, comfortable material against my face, and comfort is such a big deal for VR, especially when you're using it for potentially an hour plus, and certainly you can get really lost in it, guys. When you're racing in VR, you can get lost in it, and easily I can do 2 hours easily, if not more, if I want to. And if the headset is comfortable, you forget about the headset and you're just like really just focusing on the game itself. And this is one of those headsets which just fits so well, just nicely balanced, and it just feels very, very comfortable all around. So yeah, they've done a nice job on this one. It's you know, it's a great VR headset for PC. Now, of course, there's other aspects of it about the headset that you can do with it, with the standalone VR gaming, and that's something I'd like to cover in a future review, sort of more general review. But today I just wanted to kind of cover what it's been like to use for PC VR sim racing, and it's a good one. Yeah, from my experience so far, my past week, I can easily recommend it. I mean, the price of this thing is pretty damn good as well. And if you're not going to be playing standalone games, you're not going to be installing games on the headset, then just get the 128GB version, because it will save you a ton of cash. So yeah, it's a pretty good value VR headset for PC, and the qualities of it, the fact you can do wireless PC gaming, you can do the standalone stuff, and you can play wired games, and it's very versatile, very high quality materials. It's a good one. So there is going to be a more thorough review for this headset, which I'll just go over all aspects of it in the future. But for now, that is it, guys. Just my kind of early impressions, what it's like as a PC headset for PC racing games, and it's fantastic. Really enjoying it. So there you go, guys. I'll see you next one. Drop comments below the video, and I'll pick them up there. But I'll see you next one. Take it easy. Happy simming, and bye bye for now.